Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite projects, Zencash. Now, Zencash has been known for quite a while now for their secure nodes, which are kind of like masternodes, but a little bit different in their operation. They are a form of staking, and it takes 42 Zen to run a secure node, and it pays out currently about 0.02 Zen per day, with 3.5% of the block rewards. So out of all the block rewards that are mined, currently 3.5% of that mined Zen is allotted to all the secure nodes on the network. And there's currently about 12,000 secure nodes on the network. On July 18th, that number, that percentage, is going to go from 3.5 to 10%. So overnight, the rewards for running a Zencash node are going to pretty much about triple. But wait, there's more. They're also coming out with what are known as Supernodes. Now, Supernodes are essentially going to be a secure node with higher VPS requirements, so higher memory, higher CPU, higher hard drive requirements, and also a higher stake. So instead of staking 42 Zen, you're going to have to stake 500 Zen. So it's going to be, that comes just about 11.5 secure nodes worth of Zen. Now, is it in your best interest to run 11.5 or 12 secure nodes, or is it in your best interest to run one supernode? And the answer is, at first, it will be far superior to run one supernode. My back of the napkin estimates are that you're going to have about a third of all the secure nodes becoming supernodes within a couple months. So at first, when there's not that many supernodes on the network, what you're going to find is that the 10% share of supernodes is going to be much higher than the 10% share of secure nodes, just because they're not being shared among as many nodes. And that's kind of how it should be in the sense that you're staking 500 coins instead of staking 42 coins. Now, on top of that, it's just a harder barrier of entry to get to 500 than it is to get to 42. So because of that, there probably just won't be as many nodes at the same time. It's also going to be a little bit more expensive in terms of server requirements. So all that said, I think that at first, the supernodes are probably going to receive somewhere between 2 to 3 Zen per day at first, whereas a secure node will begin to get maybe 0.07 at first, once that change occurs. And that change is scheduled to occur on July 18th. Now, here's the fun part. You can actually set up supernodes right now as soon as they release the guide. The guide is supposed to come out today. It hasn't been released yet. No one knows if it's going to be released today, but today is the day that has been announced for that to be released. So it might not be today, but it might be tomorrow. They'll be releasing the guide on how to set up your supernode. So you can set up your supernode, test it, make sure it works with just 3 Zen as collateral. So you can keep running your secure nodes, but test your supernode. Once you know it works for sure, you have to put 500 in your staking address on July 17th. And on July 18th, at least that's what we think, is that it will automatically just roll over and begin working. So if you would like for me to set up a supernode for you, we can begin doing that and testing it without putting any of your Zen at risk in terms of, you won't be without rewards for an entire week while you're waiting for it to work. So basically what we have is kind of a week's testing period to make sure that the network works and that the supernodes work the way they're supposed to before the rewards actually begin. So if you're interested in being one of the early supernode operators, now is the time to get it up and running. So the cost for that is going to be $100 for setup, and then whatever the server cost is. If you want to rent the server on your own, then that's up to you, the one you want. What I've found is that the Contabo, I think it's called the Contabo M, which is a 12 gigabyte plan, is the least expensive plan that meets all of the requirements of Zencash. The next least expensive is probably the OVH cloud server with 8 gigabytes, but it's twice as much money as per month as the Contabo is. So the Contabo is by far the least expensive option for you there. And then if you want me to manage that for you, so do all the updates and maintenance for an entire year, that'll be an additional $100. So if you want me to rent the node, set it up, and maintain it, it'll be $200 plus whatever the cost of the server is, and you can choose whether you want an OVH or a Contabo server. That is pretty much the deal that I am offering. If you want me to set up a secure node for you, now is a great time to do that too, because again, as soon as secure nodes begin migrating over to supernodes, most of the people who want to run supernodes are already running secure nodes. So they're going to take their 12 secure nodes and turn them into one supernode. And that reduces the number of secure nodes on the network by 12. So that increases your share of the rewards accordingly. At the same time, they're going from the 3.5% of block rewards to 10% of the block rewards. So it's a fantastic time to jump into secure nodes or supernodes, no matter how you cut it. On that note, there will be a form underneath the video description. Sign up there at heyman.com/masternode. And you can also say /securenode. It'll take you to the same place. You can also find me on Discord or on Telegram, and links to those will be in the video description as well. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, 500 Zen is a little too expensive for me. I can't really swing that. So one of the other things that I'll be offering is a shared Supernode service. So if you're interested in that service, then click on the Discord link below and check out the terms and what it would involve. So basically, you'd be having to send me your Zencash, and then I will pull that with other people's Zencash to be able to run a supernode on your behalf. I'll be taking 5% of the proceeds for administrative costs, and the rest will be shared with the supernode stake owners. So you would have to trust me with your Zencash if that happens. And so it's an additional layer of risk on top of the risk of owning cryptocurrency in general. So be aware of that, but it is also another option.